Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to look at how to create a simple motion title in Olive 0.2. So here I have opened up the Olive Video Editor 0.2. So in the project window, which is this one here, you right click, new, and create a sequence. When we create a sequence, you have video 1 and audio 1 track available, and also they have the nodes available here too. So to begin, let's add two solid clips. So coming to the add tool here, go to the solid, click and drag it on the timeline, and do the same for another one. Hold on Ctrl minus to decrease the height of the clip. This plus sign here indicating that it is in the add tool mode. So to get it back to the pointer, hit V on your keyboard to go back to the pointer tool. So let's select this clip here. And in the node editor, you can see that we have the nodes here. We need to add a transform node. So to do that, let's right click in the node editor window, go to add, distort and transform. Just click and drop it in here and selecting that. In the parameter editor here, the property of the transform tool, you can click that. Let's drag this one out here. And again, in the scale, in the uniform scale, uncheck the checker. And in the Y value of scale, click and type 1. And in the scale of the X value, change that to 50. Let's do the same for the second clip, which is the first video track. Come to the node editor, right click, add, distort and transform, drag that in. And in the scale uniform, uncheck the checker. Y value of scale, change that to 1. And in the X value of scale, change that to 50. And in the position Y, just simply drag this down somewhere here, selecting the other clip and drag it up somewhere here. Now let's add a title clip. So come to the add tool, title, and drag it on the timeline. Again, since it is in the add tool, hold down V to go back to the pointer and selecting the title clip. In the title clip, let's type a text. And we can change the font size. Instead of selecting the text, you can just simply drag this one. In Olive 0.1, you have to select the text to increase the font size, but in Olive 0.2, simply just increase or decrease the font size. Drag this out and we change the font. Decrease the size a little bit back here. And that's it. Now let's go back to the timeline here and animate this text and the solid. So selecting the first solid, go to the scale, keyframe that, and change the value of scale in X to 0. Do the same for the second solid clip, keyframe it, and change the X value of scale to 0. Make sure your marker should be right in the beginning of the clips. And now move the marker somewhere here and change the value of scale back to 50 in X and do the same for the other clip. And now let's move the marker somewhere here and selecting our title. Let's add a transform node by right click in here, add, distort and transform. Place it in the middle between the text and the title clip here. So selecting the tool, transform tool. In the scale again, change the value of X in scale to 0 and move the marker somewhere here. So in the scale here, keyframe that and change the value of scale in X to 0 and move the marker somewhere here and change the value again to 100. You can go to the end of the clip here, selecting the text and keyframe that, come somewhere here, and in the scale change that to 0. And let's move the marker somewhere here and selecting the solid clip, keyframe it, select the second one, keyframe it, and move the marker somewhere here and change the value to 0 and do the same for the other solid clip. So let's play our animation now. So that's all for this video, and I hope you have learned something. This is the beginning of how we can create a simple motion title in Olive 0.2. So come again to check out many simple titles that we're going to create in Olive 0.2. Again, it is in alpha version, and many things, many effects that are not available yet in this version. So we hope near future we might have them. So thank you again for watching, and hope you have learned something from this video. See you all again in the next one.